If I could describe the Get My Life tour in one word, it would be vulnerability. Showing up for yourself is so important. Welcome to the Get My Life tour. I'm your host, Lydia T. Blanco. Hey y'all, and welcome to the Get My Life tour. It is me, your host, Lydia T. Blanco, and as always, I am so excited that you are here. Thank you for showing up. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome to the Get My Life tour. This is about you being here for yourself, and so that you can practice vulnerability, showing up for yourself, taking center stage in your life, and setting a presence for everyone else. If you are tuning in for the umpteenth time, I appreciate you. I really do. I know I say it all the time, but I am so grateful that you are on tour with me. Look, it is June. I cannot believe we are 6 months in to 2021. It's like we all wanted 2021 to be here because 2020, ... And now we're 6 months in and I'm like, oh my gosh, it finally feels like we're coming out, or the restart button is being hit halfway through the year, of course, right? Life. But, I honestly am grateful for this month. June is my birth month, y'all. And I'm finna turn up. I have been planning this boho chic glam gathering in Napa, so I'm excited about that. I'm excited about so many of the things happening in my family and friends' life. I am celebrating people getting raises, benefits, bonuses, transitioning into new positions in life. Okay. One of my dearest friends just graduated from dental school. Shout outs to Ruben, who will be joining me here on the Give My Life tour now that he is out of dental school and has more time. Another friend, she just pledged, AKA shout outs to Sydney. She saw the light, y'all. I tried to get her to come on over to the right side, but she was like, I kid. Right. But congratulations to Sydney, my sister, Ashley, who is doing incredible things with Rise and Thrive, and just so many other grades. Sherelle got a new job, and people are out here making life decisions and really manifesting, planting seeds, and just doing great things. So I celebrate all those people. And if I did not name you, it is not because I love you less, but I wanted to take the time to shout out to people who are a friend of mine, who have incredible things going on, because that's what taking center stage is, right? You just don't celebrate yourself. You celebrate others. And it's always a good feeling when your name is called, when someone says, hey, come get your flowers, right? So there goes my bouquet. Look, as I mentioned, this is the 6th month, and when I was thinking about what I want to do on the stop of the tour, I'm still here in the Bay Area. I was just sitting by the water, and honestly, what came to mind was sharing some of the affirmations that have been so pivotal for me in my journey as I take center stage in my life. And I came up with 10 that were written by others, 10 that, well, I shouldn't say it that way, actually. I've come up with 10. Some were written by others. Some of the affirmations are, personal to me. I've written them and I really want to share them. I really appreciate being able to go online and scroll and see some of the incredible words that people who I'm connected to or follow share. But I just think it is really fitting as we are halfway through the year and early into the month to share some affirmations. And I hope that they are helpful to you along your journey, because look, it's almost like we're almost there, right? But I know how powerful I don't even need, there's a need for a but in my sentence. I know how powerful affirmations are. So I'd like to share some with you. Okay. So that's what this stop on the tour is about. Okay. 10 affirmations, to shift your mindset. And so I tried to be as diverse as possible in these affirmations. Some I actually know who to attribute to, others I don't. So if you do, let me know. And here they are. And I hope that this is an offering to you. The first one is from beloved Pastor Michael Waldron, pastor at First Corinthian Baptist Church in Harlem, USA. And the affirmation is, I am enough. I have enough. I trust who God has called me to be. This affirmation has been written on a whiteboard and is in my apartment in the second room in Harlem on the 6th floor. When I first heard this affirmation, I was like, whoa. I am enough. I have enough. I trust who God has called me to be. You know, maybe you find a way to receive this affirmation or edit it a bit in a way that's most applicable or profound to you. But I will never forget hearing this, sitting on a pew and writing it down immediately. We said it time and time again, but I believe it was a conversation about self-worth, right? In comparison and a number of other things. And I can't remember the word that this was attributed to, but it was something that Pastor Mike really wanted us to have and hold near and dear. And it is that for me, honestly. Sometimes we don't know that we are enough or have enough, right? We're always in pursuit of more. We struggle with self-worth and that trust factor, baby. Okay. Let me tell you something about trust. Working on it. Okay. It's one thing to know that you are called, but it's another thing to know that you are, set apart and you trust that, right? Because, you know, the process is not always pretty. Okay. Favor don't always feel fair. And so this is something that really helps me get through. Okay, so the second affirmation that I want to share with you is one that my sister shared with me. I cannot remember who to attribute it to, but I do know that she was doing some incredible workshop on healing and all of that jazz, and this came out. And it is an affirmation that I've shared before on Instagram, I believe within a With Love Lydia Wednesday post before, because it was something that helped me get through. And it is, I am worth knowing, loving, and keeping. I could just drop the mic right there, but I'm not, because I have 8 more affirmations to get through and I really want to share them with you. But this right here, I am known loving, excuse me, let me say it right. I am worth knowing, loving, and keeping. I got so excited. I butchered it a bit. That, y'all know how I feel about All About Love by Bell Hooks. And I feel like even though this isn't a part of the text, this is a nice way to sum up being loved, right? I want to be known so deeply. I want to be kept, okay? I want to be loved. Ooh, all encompassing. Come on. I am worth knowing, loving, and keeping. Isn't that beautiful? I believe that reigns true for you too, but you have to believe it for yourself. Okay, so the third affirmation. I love this one so much, and a lot of people don't see it as an affirmation because they may perceive it as and this is not my thinking at all, right? But a little church song. And to me, it's so much more than that. I think about our ancestors. I think about our connection to Spirit, Divine, Most High. And it's so powerful, right? It also makes me think of confidence in our calling and how upright we should be, right? And so let me share the affirmation with you, because you're probably like, what is she talking about? And the affirmation is, this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. It depends on how you say go. I'm going to, I'm gone. Okay. I'm finna. In all seriousness, that is one of my favorite affirmations. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. And yes, I do often sing it over myself. I've sung it over myself in really tough times, personally, professionally. And it is something that just gives me that spark of joy. When you say this, it's hard to not smile, right? My cheeks and my mouth are tight right now, saying it. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. Okay, I'm not going to sing to you, but I did just a little bit. But I really want to offer that to you, right? There, you are light. I am light. That's also an affirmation of mine. I am light, right? And as light, as people who have light, it's important to let that shine. A lot of people will dim your light. They will try to dim your light, but it is important for you to be able to shine, right? Being a light in a dark place for yourself, for others, is so powerful. So this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. Okay. Okay. So the fourth affirmation is one that I've gotten from my beloved line sister, Tarshay. I love her. And I believe that she got it from someone else, from a conversation that was being had, and she shared it with me, and it was powerful. And I was like, oh my goodness. So I'm going to share it with you. So coming in at fourth is, what I desire desires me. What I desire desires me. Oh, I love that. I absolutely do. Right? Because sometimes we don't believe it until we see it. And being able to have faith that says, you know what, it's on its way. The check is in the mail, or he or she, or they're on their way, whatever the case may be. Okay. Having this deep belief and this great faith that what you desires you is powerful. To me, that speaks to manifestation. That speaks to great faith and divine, all these things that are so powerful. My goodness, speaking things into life, and beyond speaking, knowing, right? What I desire desires me. That is powerful. Oh, okay. Now, this is like an American proverb, or at least it's quoted that way on a magnet on my mother's refrigerator. But I really appreciate the saying in this affirmation. I'm going to call it both, okay? And that is, let go or be dragged. That is something I often have to speak, right? And sometimes I just say, let go, simply, right? But have you ever been dragged before? I am guilty of telling people that I will drag them. Oh, that's so horrible, but it's honest. This is to get my life tour. And I've said it, or I've had the thought like, oh, somebody needs to get dragged. Okay. Being dragged is horrible. Okay. I don't like to see anyone or anything be dragged. Anyone, because I care about humanity and people and, their well-being. Things, because I just don't like to see things being dragged. It's like, it's careless, right? But sometimes it is necessary to get a little scuffed up, so that you learn when it is appropriate to let go. And so I offer that to you. Letting go is hard, right? But it doesn't make sense to always play tug of war or have the tightest grip on something that doesn't want to be kept. All right. So I will never forget a conversation I was having with an acquaintance of mine. And she told me, girl, money is energy. And I was like, okay. I heard her at the moment, but I wasn't there yet, honestly, in my thinking. And it was because of where I was physically as well as mentally. and I couldn't grasp it. So then maybe a year or so later, maybe a year. I said or so. You get the picture, right? So I was having a conversation with my sister and she started playing this affirmational song. And I cannot remember the woman who is associated with this song. You probably heard of it. I don't know. But the song goes like this, and it's an affirmation. And so it is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the list. Money is flowing to me easily and effortlessly. Money is flowing to me. Right? And that speaks to the energy. Yes, you know money as this currency that is physical now in our digital age on a blockchain, encrypted, cryptocurrency, all these things. Right. But this is an affirmation that has really helped me think differently about my money, about my transactions, what I place value on, and how I am in relationship with money and others as it relates to the coin. Okay. But this has been so powerful. No, but this has been powerful for me to sing, to say, and to remember. Money is flowing to me easily and effortlessly. Money is flowing to me. I'll never forget listening to Master P in conversation. And he said, I always say the check is in the mail. The check is in the mail. The check is in the mail. Okay. Opportunity is knocking. Okay. Opportunity is the doorway, or whatever the case might be. Money is flowing to you easily and effortlessly. Money is flowing to you. And even though it may not feel like it, it is up to you, to check yourself so that you don't block what is on the way. Okay. Number 7, an affirmation of mine. One that came to me, I guess late March, early April. I was spending time in the museum and I was becoming a little antsy because I was by myself and I was the only person there by myself to my knowledge at that time after walking around the museum for however long. And I ended up meeting someone and it was incredible. I've shared about this here on the Get My Life tour. And one of the things that I had to say before I bumped into that individual was that I am worthy of my time. We make time for so much. We spend time that we don't have, okay? And I think that's more dangerous than spending money you don't have, right? You can make money, get it, flip it, lose it, whatever, but you can never get your time back. And what I had to realize, or what I realized in that moment, was that I was worthy of my time, right? I could have made plans with someone else. I could have, okay? But in that moment, that was my download. I am worthy of my time. Did I say that wrong? I'm kind of tired. I didn't have no coffee yet. I intentionally date myself, right? And there are ways that I've gotten to know myself in preparation for whoever is out there for me. But, it's natural to become a little antsy at times, but it's important to remind yourself that you are worthy of your time. And that goes beyond, the dating. You're worthy of your time. Look at your finances. Go to the gym, sweat a bit. You feel me? Okay. Working on your relationships with your family members, mending things, showing up for yourself, showing up for other people, being able to calculate yourself and your time within all of that. You are worthy of that. Okay. So that is my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th affirmation that I'd like to share with you. I am worthy of my time. Now I have heard this 8th affirmation, be spoken from a number of people, and I've said it too. And I think I don't know who it belongs to. It belongs to the universe at this point, right? But what you appreciate, appreciates. If you want to personalize that, what I appreciate, appreciates. I believe it. The same way that money appreciates and value on certain things. What does money appreciate? I guess gold appreciates. Don't quote me on that one. Okay. Let's say gold. Okay. The way that gold appreciates or the value of certain, goods and things appreciates. I believe that when we appreciate other people, when we appreciate other people's time, ourselves, our relationships with the Most High, with people, those things begin to appreciate. And that's when we are able to experience the abundance, right? And then, I'm just going to throw this one in here. Okay. This 8.5. I am the abundance. Okay. Sometimes you have to remind yourself that you are who you've been waiting for, but also take inventory of the abundance of what you have right now. If that's you, like, bask in that, right? Okay. So that was 8.5. I am the abundance. Okay. So 9. I've heard this said a number of ways, but one of the ways that I have personalized this to be an affirmation for myself is to say, I release myself from the feelings of guilt and shame for the things that I did not know. And that is the 9th affirmation. Man, forgiveness, shame, knowing, life lessons, all of that, very real, right? But what I've had to really learn how to do is forgive myself. And one of the things that I'm working now through in partnership with my therapist is identifying what I really need to forgive myself for, because some things are just out of my control. And prior to getting to that point, right, I just really had to affirm that I had to forgive myself or not feel, guilty or ashamed for things that I did not know. And so I offer that to you as the 9th affirmation. I really hope that that is helpful for you, because sometimes we carry things with us and we beat ourselves up and we just become so heavy and bruised. And some things have just been out of our control, even though we were the beneficiaries of that mindset or the circumstances, or the consequences, whatever the case may be. Okay. But release yourself from that. Okay. You owe it to yourself. Now, coming in at number 10, it's printed on a t-shirt. It's all over the internet and attributed to the Get My Life tour. And it is how you live your life is your business. Okay. You had to know I was going to end with this if you've tuned in before, but I say this in all seriousness. How you live your life is your business. Where you choose to show up, who you choose to do business with, how you treat other people, making sure that you take care of yourself, indulging in self-care and tuning out of things, tuning in to what it is that you are in alignment with. All of those things are your business, your health, your wellness, your finances, being a good steward of your time, setting healthy boundaries, being about your business, right? Personally, professionally, as an entrepreneur, whatever the case may be, how you live your life is your business. I really hope that these affirmations have resonated with you, or they resonate with you. They begin to resonate with you over time. They have honestly helped me out so much over the last year, during the pandemic, for as long as I've held them near and dear to my heart, honestly. And to me, it's so important to share. There are some things that are sacred, right? I believe that there are words that we get that are just for us. But with me being here on tour and taking center stage, I think it's time for some affirmations, right? Sometimes you just tune in, you hear a good word and you're like, oh, okay. And maybe you make an affirmation of what you've heard here, or in conversation. But, I'm just going to drop the mic. Look for affirmations and affirming words wherever it is that you are. There is always a word, always a word, even in the silence. I really hope that you got what you needed on this stop of the tour. I do. And I hope that you stay connected, right? Be sure to download, review, if you haven't already, subscribe to the Get My Life Tour, wherever it is that you listen. Right now, we're available on 12 listening platforms. How incredible is that? Okay. And I appreciate all of your support. People are tuned in from over 79 countries, and I am full, and I'm so grateful. Be sure to visit thegetmylifetour.com. Connect at the Get My Life Tour on all social platforms. Of course, on Twitter, it is at Get My Life Tour. And if you want to stay connected, the best way to connect with me is on social media at Lydia T Blanco. If you are looking for me on Facebook, it is at by Lydia T Blanco. There's a distinction, between my personal account, where I mix and mingle with friends and family, and, more of the Lydia reporting live. But also visit my online portfolio if you are interested in finding ways to connect and partner, collaborate. And you can do the same as it relates to the Get My Life Tour on the getmylifetour.com. Look, I am grateful for each and every time that you show up. I do not take that lightly. And I really hope that these 10 affirmations, really 10 and a half, or maybe it was 11, because I think I may have snuck into, I can count. Anyways, I hope that all of these affirmations have been helpful and guide you. Let me know. Look, I am so grateful for where season 3 is going. There are some incredible people lined up, ready to take center stage. And I cannot wait for you to hear from them and be in a room with them. Until the next stop on the Get My Life Tour, it has been real. Peace.